To the couple who decided the only way to get the job on their perfect place finished
Do we put it to the right-hand mark or the left-hand mark?
was to do it themselves.
I've never done anything like this before. You've never done anything like this before. So it's all an experiment for us.
Will we do
but,
anything like it ever again?
We all aspire to live in our own perfect place. And building your own home from scratch is, for many, an achievement of a lifetime. Where better to build your perfect home than in the historic city of Bath, with its Roman spas and grand Georgian properties. In the last series of Homes from Hell, we met Alan and Alison Garrett, who began their dream development here in 1992. They bought this 4-acre plot for a bargain £38,000.
It was a special site, you know, it had a lot of potential.
The design was 2 separate buildings linked by a walkway. The smaller house was for them, the larger for other members of the family. The whole project cost £415,000 to build. But problems started to appear before Alison and Alan moved in.
I went and had a look. I just had a mooch around. Oh, yeah. Oh. And I noticed while I was doing this that some of the floorboards were actually wet and getting wetter. And it wasn't raining. And I'm thinking, where's all this damp coming from?
The damp in the smaller house was so bad they couldn't live there. So they moved into the larger property, where they discovered even more problems. Alan and Alison contacted local surveyor David Mills to help them work out where the damp was coming from. He prepared this test section of the wall. The black material is a waterproofing membrane, and the moisture had got trapped behind it with nowhere to go. It had rotted parts of the structure of both houses.
When David put his knife into this membrane and water gushed out, it was like taking the plug out of the bath.
Don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that before. The 2 timber plates here are literally...
That's the wall plate.
Crumbling. There's no strength. You can see it just moving in my finger. Just push my nail into it. It has no strength, and the only thing now is for its replacement.
The cause was down to the ventilation system and badly designed air vents, which simply didn't vent.
Now, if the pipe had been extended right through the render to the outer face, the moisture would then have gone down the outer face of the render over the stone and not caused any problem.
It's gutting. I mean, there's no other way of putting it. I mean, you know, for the sake of 3 inches of plastic pipe and an air brick, we've got hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of repair.
Both buildings were affected, and every single rotten timber would have to be replaced. They decided to sue the architects. The architects never accepted liability, but in the end, their insurance company offered Alan and Alison £130,000.
We took the offer from the insurers of the practice and took the hit.
But back in 2007, they decided to dig deep and start to do the repairs themselves.
Do we put it to the right-hand mark or the left-hand mark?
It goes to the left-hand mark because the right-hand mark ain't there no more.
OK.
The challenge was enormous, replacing nearly 700 planks piece by piece, with virtually no previous experience.
I've never done anything like this before. You've never done anything like this before. So it's all an experiment for us.
Will we do anything like it ever again? Probably not.
No.
4.5 years of hard graft, and now, in 2011, Homes from Hell has returned to see how Alan and Alison have transformed their home.
I think my grandfather, who was a builder, would be very proud of me. I don't know that I'm proud. I just feel, thank God, we've got to the end of it.
Relieved to to be honest. There have been times when you don't think you're ever going to get there.
New front door, new wall, feels dry. We've got rid of all the damp issues. New flue pipe so we can heat the place. Life's great. It's beginning to feel like a home now. This is one of the master bedrooms which is complete and ready for occupation.
The house has a new ventilation system to protect it from getting damaged again.
These are the equivalent of the air bricks that you would find in an ordinary house. So this allows any moist air that might get under the building to escape without damaging the building. And for an architect to actually do something which defies the laws of physics is ludicrous. That really gets my goat. I'm really frustrated about people who don't know basic engineering principles.
It's been a long, hard road. For nearly 20 years, Alan and Alison have planned their life here. Now they can proudly enjoy their perfect place.
Cheers, my dear.
Cheers. This could have been a marriage breaker, but in actual fact, we've survived together.
On days like this, I'm glad that we didn't have a bonfire and sell the site clean. We've now got a nice home in a glorious site, which I don't think you could replicate anywhere. And we've got something which is truly unique.
Now it's time to relax and enjoy it.